On Saturday evening, in section 105, row 15 of the BBT Center, Henrik Borgström unlocked his iPhone to make a phone call. To do so, he looked past a pair of images barely a week old, one installed as his lock screen, the other as his background. One photo originated from Ottawa, the other, from Sunrise. Both were of his son, Henrik Borgström, the Florida Panthers' floppy-haired, long-armed top prospect who joined the team 2 weeks ago. Kim and his wife, Sari, were finishing a week-long trip from Helsinki to South Florida to watch Henrik play in the NHL, a journey complete with a trip to see the alligators in the Everglades and a jaunt to the beach. But they hadn't seen Henrik play in any of the first 3 games of Florida's final homestand, as coach Bob Borner opted to sit him as a healthy scratch. When Kim and Sari arrived at the BBT Center ahead of the Panthers' 4-3 win over Buffalo on Saturday, they were hopeful he would play, but unsure of his status. During warm-ups, Henrik skated with Florida's third line. Kim was unconvinced. But once warm-ups ended and the playing rosters were finalized, Henrik's name was on Florida's. Kim needed to make a phone call to Finland. It was 6:55 p.m. in Sunrise and 1:55 a.m. in the Borgström's native Finland. "I have to wake up my brother and Nicky's brothers, too," Kim shouted, to family and friends. Henrik is known as Nicky. The nickname stems from a 2-year-old Henrik's creativity. He spent a week with a boy named Nicky and liked the name so much that he adopted it for himself. 2 weeks after that, he just informs us that I'm Nicky, Kim said. "We call him Henrik of course, but everybody knows him as Nicky." For Kim and Sari, the occasion was a special one. The last time they watched Henrik play in person was 5 weeks prior while he was still in college at Denver. Henrik played twos with the Pioneers, becoming one of the best players in college hockey after he was drafted in the first round by the Panthers in 2016 with the 23rd pick. In 77 NCAA games, Henrik had 45 goals and 50 assists, and he was one of 3 finalists for the Hobey Baker Award given to the best college hockey player. A lot changed in the 35 days since his parents watched Henrik face Miami, Ohio in Denver's final series of the regular. His dreams of back-to-back national championships were dashed with a NCAA tournament loss. He chose to leave college after his sophomore and signed a 3-year, entry-level contract with the Panthers. He made his NHL debut 3 days later. Then he waited to introduce himself to the Panthers faithful at home. He did on Saturday. As Henrik walked through the bright red lights and manufactured fog in the corner of the rink, Kim rose out of his seat. He pressed record on his phone to capture the moment that he would finally see his son play in the world's best league. "He is our baby," Kim said. "It's a big honor to see him there." Henrik didn't always draw scouts' attention. When he was 15 years old, he measured just 5'5". In the next 2 years, he sprouted up to 6'3". But the growth spurt was too rapid for Henrik's body and he suffered through back problems. He couldn't play hockey for 3 months as his draft stock withered, and he was restricted to biking to stay in shape. He went undrafted in 2015, the first year he was eligible to be selected. The next, when Henrik played for HIKF's U20 team in the Finnish Junior League, things were different. Kim estimated 120 scouts came to see Henrik. He finished with 29 goals and 26 assists in 40 games that truly opened Kim and Sari's eyes to Henrik's potential. "He did what he wanted," Kim said. Henrik's talent was apparent through his childhood. Along with his younger brothers Linus and Axel, he would play floorball nearly every day. He carried a mini stick around the house to work on his stick handling. He watched TV with a stick in his hand. He copied moves from NHL players he saw on YouTube. Henrik would even beg his parents to get to him his own skates. "When he was 2 years old, every morning, I would read the newspaper and he was with me," Sari said. "Every page I turned, he said, 'Mom, when's Dad going to buy me my own Bowers?'" With the expectations placed on Henrik, it can be tough to remember a 20-year-old who is just 2 weeks into his new job. A month ago, he was a college student who called home to Europe sparingly. Now he's an NHL player who retreats to his hotel room to watch friends' reruns and LIGA games. Before he scored his first NHL goal Sunday in Boston, Henrik acknowledged that he needed to adjust to the NHL. "Guys are bigger, stronger," Henrik said. "During face-offs and things like that, you just got to be more ready all the time and tougher on your stick and stuff like that." Kim and Sari were not concerned about the massive expectations placed on Henrik, who earned the nickname the artist during college because of his creativity with the puck. The Panthers are counting on him to add scoring depth and fatten the franchise's glut of skilled centers behind Alexander Barkov and Vincent Trocheck. "I know he's going to do his best," Kim said. "I have seen 2-3 times when he has went to new teams. It just takes him 3 games, 5 games, maximum 10 games, and he's good. He gets relaxed," Sari added. "He does a lot of thinking. He's so analytical." As the first period of Saturday's game wound down, Henrik hopped on the ice to take an offensive zone draw for Florida. About 200 feet away, Kim sat in section 105, row 15 and leaned in. "It's a little weird to see your son down there. Like the Panthers, like our Florida Panthers Facebook page to keep up with the latest news." Caption MDE Franks at sun-sentinel.com, on Twitter at MDeFranks.